Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 2 of our Dissociative Identity Disorder for Partners and Loved Ones series. My name is Castor. If you haven't seen the first part of our video, I will leave a link in the description. It would definitely be best to watch that video before this one. Today I'm going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of when someone has come out to you as a system. This is going to include the immediate do's and don'ts when someone has just come out to you, as well as guidelines for interacting with them and their system down the road. Some of these were actually responses from individuals with DID that responded to some posts I had put on social media about how they wanted people to react when they came out as having DID. So I'd like to say a huge thank you to all the awesome systems that contributed to making this video possible. An important thing to keep in mind while watching this video is that all systems are different. All people with DID are different. Things that one system may like and want, or dislike and not want, may be very different or not even similar to what another system may feel is best for them. Likewise, alters within a system may have different opinions on wants or needs, and this is very important to keep in mind when dealing with your partner or loved one. The ideas expressed in this video are expressed by individuals, and are not representative of every single individual with DID. It is very important to ask your loved one or partner with DID what is best and most helpful for them. What I have seen reiterated over and over by systems in response to this question that I posted is that they just want to be asked how to be supported, asked what kind of questions can be asked of them, asked how to be treated. It is very important that you treat each system as an individual because they are very much individuals, and their opinions on certain questions and certain topics and certain lines of conversation are going to vary differently. Now, before I get into the video, I want to make very clear how important it is that someone has come out to you as having DID. It means that they trust you very much. Not only have they shared with you the knowledge that they have DID, but they're also sharing with you the fact that they have experienced severe, prolonged childhood trauma. This can be a very scary, vulnerable thing to share with someone. They've obviously shared this with you for a reason, and it is so important that you validate how brave it is of them to share this with you. When meeting a new alter, introduce yourself to them the same way you'd introduce yourself to anyone else. Say who you are, ask them their names and pronouns, but make it clear to them that they don't have to tell you their names and pronouns. Some alters are a little shy and may not want to share everything with you right at once. It's important that you make it clear to them that you're okay with them not sharing their name and info right away. Don't try to ask them things that you wouldn't ask any other person right when meeting them, such as their sexual orientation, what trauma they've gone through, things like that. Treat them just like any other person and be patient with them. Understand that they may not know where they are, they may not know who they are or who you are, and just be patient and let them know that they can take their time that they need. Here are some submissions of things that some systems have found helpful. When I tell people, I want them to be able to voice their questions, however unpleasant they may be for me. Any honest question is a good question as long as it's not too private. How can I support you? What do you want to tell me about all of you? How does that affect you? Do say, does your system need anything from me? That one's really awesome because it can be about support or just simple things like names, gender identities. It's very open-ended. A great thing to ask is how you can best support us. That opens it up to the system to say if they need something, or if they just want to share and don't need anything but love and acceptance. More things that are helpful are being patient and accepting them. Here are a submission of things that systems don't find helpful. When we told someone who we thought was our best friend about the diagnosis, she said, "Oh no, you're not. I know what it looks like and you don't have it." That's a big no. One person I told insisted that I can't have it because my parents were not abusive. I told them that it wasn't my parents that caused the trauma, and they said, "Oh, then you didn't experience enough trauma then." That hurt. Don't accuse them of anything. Ask to learn more. Every system is different. This applies to professional people too. Don't say that someone can't have it because they always answer to their name or that you've never seen a switch before in their life. Don't say, "Can you switch right now?" or invalidate people's systems. I hate it when they're silent. No questions, nothing. Like nothing was even said except they talk even less. It's pretty obvious don't tell someone they're faking or lying. Don't ask them to prove it, and do not ask them who the real one is. We're all real. Same with the original, I guess. There is none. We're all equally as valid no matter how long that we have been around. The worst is when they say, "Are you gonna hurt me?" No, we're not murderers. Trying to immediately guess who does what / when / who else they have met or asking for names, none of that is okay. I don't like people asking who's out. If someone else is fronting and doesn't feel comfortable letting them know, then don't ask. "Oh my gosh, that's normal. Everyone feels like different people." Don't refer to the host as the original. Here are some more things that I found not to be helpful and are not recommended. Never try to force a switch. Never belittle their trauma. It was enough. Don't ask if it's like Split or Glass. These movies caused a significant amount of damage to the DID community, and it could be very triggering to some systems. Don't say, I would know if you have DID, or I would know if you have alters. DID is meant to be a covert disorder, and though it doesn't always end up that way, chances are it is very unlikely that you would have known. Don't say, oh, everyone acts differently in different situations, or everyone acts like different people. Although this statement may be true, this is not what DID is. The diagnostic criteria are very, very clear about the difference in identities. And you can watch my first video to learn about the diagnostic criteria. I've put the link in the description. Here's some other comments made by individuals with DID. Difficult but important questions like, who is the real one and are you dangerous, may feel uncomfortable, but are a great opportunity to help a friend understand what DID really is, as opposed to a movie and comic book multiplicity. Every system is different. Something that is okay to one is not okay to someone else. So be open and understanding when someone tells you they don't want to answer your question. You might want to include that with your question like, I wish I knew more, but feel free to tell me you don't want to answer these. Don't ignore the fact that they've come out to you in the most vulnerable way they can. They are scared and trying to survive their lives just like everyone else. Every alter is different and are their own individual person. Treat them as such. Treat them with kindness and respect, because a lot of the time, at least in our system, we all get lumped together. This person and not this person. And it affects all of us negatively. You can ask questions, but don't be purposely rude about things. We want to help you understand, and we just want support and acceptance. While I love memes and jokes about the realities of life with DID, it's awkward when someone I've just come out to starts making jokes about it right away. I guess it'd just help if they knew they're transitioning to knowing about us is also a transition for us, with them. Please tread gently. I prefer people just ask me, how can I help with this? Would you rather I act this way when this thing happens, or would it be more helpful if I handled it this way? If you're dealing with blank and blank is happening, what do I need to do to help? What I want from various people differs. The way I would be comfortable with one person acting may not be how I'm comfortable with another person acting. Don't ask if you can talk to the alters. We are not a sideshow, nor do we appear on demand. Simply meet us where we are at. Now, I'd just like to remind you one more time that all systems and individuals with DID are different. While this video is a good stepping stone to learning what things are and are not helpful for your loved ones with DID, it is still important to consider the individual and what will be helpful to them and their system. In the description, you'll be able to find a link to part 1 of this video. You'll also be able to find a link to our website, where we have a great list of resources and an FAQ page. You can also find a link to our Instagram, where we post kind of daily. We try. If you want to go ahead and like and subscribe, I have some new videos planned coming out soon that you won't want to miss. That does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.